What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as promised, I'm going to take you through a strength building day. So for my chest, what I'm going to do instead of actually talking in the gym is run you through a commentary, just because I can include more. I can write stuff down on paper and get you all the information out to you. But I do want to note that if you're into powerlifting, then this probably isn't the type of video for you, because it also incorporates like hypertrophy work. It kind of runs on a 3-week basis where each week is different. But if you are into bodybuilding, then definitely check this out, because it's a good way to hit your hypertrophy and get stronger at the same time. So I'll catch you up in the gym. So like I said, I'm going to take you through the 3 phases of the routine, and basically it splits down into 3 different sections, which are, like I said, 3 different weeks. But for me, if you're training a legs push-pull routine, that's going to actually happen within a week and a half, because I train chest twice a week. So session 1 is basically your main focus on this 3-phase system, and that's pretty much what you're going to see today. This is my heaviest session, and this is the one you're going to be putting most of your effort into. This is pretty much what we're going to be calling the strength phase. This is going to be your sets where you're hitting 3, 4, sometimes even 5 reps maximum. The way your sets are going to fall for that will start off being 7 times 3, work their way up to 8 times 3, then 6 times 4 and 5 times 5 to finish. Meaning rep wise over time you will actually be progressing, so you're starting off with 21 when you're doing 7 sets of 3, working up to 24 and then finally 25. And that's basically how the progressive overload system works for that part of the routine. And if this is sounding complicated at all, I'm pretty much going to take you through what I'll be doing this week so you can apply it to your own weight. Phase 2, which will be happening on your second chest day, is pretty much the middle ground, and that's where you're going to be hitting rep ranges between 6 and 8. And this is going to be for 4 sets, giving you that range between 24 reps and 32, which is actually quite a big difference. And progressive overload is applied exactly the same as before. Each week you want to be doing 1 better at least. There are points in the program which you aren't going to be able to progress, and that's just the way things work. Sometimes you can't progress every single week, and for that reason you can incorporate deloads, which is the optional 4th week. We'll talk about them later. The 3rd phase, which is what makes it sort of a bodybuilding powerlifting routine rather than just powerlifting, is the hypertrophy phase. This is not going to be the main focus while you're actually doing this little program, and this is why this program is made. It's actually to build strength rather than focusing entirely on hypertrophy. But as bodybuilders, we're not going to leave this week out, and we're still going to include those higher rep ranges as part of the routine. For this phase, you're going to be hitting rep ranges between 8 and 12, giving you that full rep range of 32 to 48, which is actually quite a big rep range, but I try and focus on hitting around about 10 for those reps, narrowing it down to around the 40-ish range. Like I said, for myself, I train chest twice a week, which means I can cover this routine in less than a week and a half, but I'm going to try and give myself at least 72 hours before doing different chest days, so usually it's a little bit longer than that. And the deload week comes into play when your body's feeling beat up, and I don't mean like you just don't want to train that day. I mean you are feeling beat up and you won't be able to go in and give it your all. That can actually come with strength training, which is why they are incorporated into powerlifting routines, but definitely I think it's worth adding and mentioning this as an optional 4th week, not to be taken every week, but just to have something to think about if you are feeling like you can't go in and give it your all. So for those who have actually been following my programs and my routines and the YouTube channel as well, you'll notice that from the start of the YouTube channel I was actually bench pressing I think 75k, and I'm going to overlay a clip right now, and I'm only actually hitting this for 6 reps, which is actually a massive PR for me on that day, and that wasn't even that long back. That was 3 months before I started incorporating this routine into my training. And then comparing that to the first ever clip you would have seen in the start of this video, where I was hitting a new PR, which was 7 sets of 3 for the 95k, that's a massive increase. That's 15 kilograms, which is close to 40 pounds if I'm not mistaken. So straight after this mini routine, which is bench pressing, this is going to take a while, especially if you're going for the higher sets, because you're going to have more rest time. You're going to look at around about 45 minutes bench pressing alone. Although this is a long routine, I do recommend sticking to your hypertrophy work if you're looking to build your muscle, you're looking to get into the bodybuilding side of things. So for me, I would generally do this part of the routine and then go into an incline dumbbell press, for example, do some cable flies, pretty much stick to the routine I normally do, but just add this at the start. This week's session will be put in the description below, so you can take a look at that, even write it down if you wanted to give it a go. But for those who prefer the visual, I'm going to take you through it quickly now. Basically, my first chest session for this week was today, and I went for 95k for 6 sets of 4. Aiming for 24 reps, and I got that. The second chest day is going to be in 4 days time, and I'm going to be hitting 90k to 92.5k depending on the day. That's sort of where the auto regulation will come in for that. And my goal for that day will be to hit 4 sets of 6 to 8, so I'm probably going to aim for about 7 just to up the reps on lower weight. And then the 3rd phase will be the hypertrophy phase, which will be in about 8 or 9 days time, which will be the rep ranges where I'm hitting around 10. So I'm going to be working on 80 to 85k again using auto regulation. Probably going to be 85k the way today went. It does sound complicated switching all these things around in the routine, and if you're a beginner, I would wouldn't worry about it too much. You're gonna build strength anyway. Just go in the gym, start doing bench press, and trust me, no matter what you do, you will probably make strength gains. This is kind of a more intermediate approach, and you don't need to track your weight all the time as a beginner, but I do recommend doing it and getting into the habit. So definitely give this a go if you're interested. If it's helped you in any way at all, or you'd rather me do like some sort of form video for you in bench pressing, there's loads out there already, but if you'd rather it from me, let me know in the comment section below. And if you've liked the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.